Hagen.
Hey Molly, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I first really want to thank you for meeting with me.
My pleasure, absolutely.
Well, your work as the Texas Health Dallas attorney and your input on advanced directive legislation is very admirable.
Thank you so much. I love the compliment. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I've done some research on the Texas Advanced Directive Act, which you contributed to,
hmm
and I'm really impressed with the patient advocacy that's present in the bill. I want to hear about your involvement, your perspective, and your experience on this topic. But first, I wanted to share my understanding and continued concerns regarding advanced directive
Sure.
policy.
Yeah, I'd love to hear, some feedback from the field. Fire away.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, the current perception of healthcare staff like myself is that once a patient is qualified to execute their advanced directive, they have either become terminal or they are no longer able to really say or know what their decisions might be. In that instance, decision making would automatically go to either a designated medical power of attorney or to their next of kin.
hmm
So a lot of the concern is that this leads to many patients not really receiving the care that they had originally hoped for
Right.
because their medical power of attorney or next of kin um, often will go for the more painful life-sustaining treatment rather than withdrawing care or going to hospice care
Sadly, yeah.
as the patient may have wanted. So um, at that point, we are kind of performing this care that's outside of the patient's advanced directive.
hmm
Although advanced directives, they are still really helpful for us. They do designate a medical power of attorney and do give us some idea of what a patient might want if we don't have any idea.
Sure.
So another concern is that only about a third of patients that come into the hospital actually have a medical power of attorney or advanced directive paperwork.
That's a big concern for sure.
Absolutely. So my thought is that it's a lack of knowledge for sure among the public and about knowing how to really manage an advanced directive and medical power of attorney.
Definitely.
So I do want to know your thoughts on Senate Bill 1530.
hmm
Um, this bill encourages the adoption of advanced directives by providing education and monetary incentives to Medicare and Medicaid recipients. So this would allow for the participants to obtain a digital copy of their advance directive,
hmm
which would allow them to share it with their physician or provider and make changes to it as they would like.
Right.
So this is a national bill that I would like to hear your perspective on, as well as all these other concerns.
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to share it with you.
Wonderful. Let's get started.